What I do notice is that Mr. Derrick Thompson, he's been on a losing streak. We haven't seen him on the winners podium in quite some time. Where you been?
I was trying to convince you guys that the Patriots are going to win. Do you seem to remember that?
I don't remember that. I don't remember you.
You don't remember that? I seem to remember I was really fighting hard for that.
Patriots going to score like 0 and
Really?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I thought you was going to be speaking Cowboy this week.
Yeah, as you know, I speak fluent Cowboy, right? I speak fluent Cowboy. I speak fluent Jerry Jones. So is the chain in the building?
Yes, Chain is here.
Okay.
Pretty sure, yes, that's mine. I got the
Okay.
chain.
All right. So Chain is here. Okay. Chain is in the building. We do have the.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derrick Thompson.
I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house, man. Special episode, Who You Got, episode 70. We're coming at you, father-son dynamic duo. Who You Got? We're picking all the NFL games along with former NFL pro, 12-year veteran Desmond Clark, a.k.a. Dez, primarily from the Chicago Bears, man. How you doing, dude?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So is the chain in the building?
Yes, Chain is here.
Okay.
Pretty sure, yes, that's mine. I got the
Okay.
chain.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
Chain is here. Okay. Chain is in the building. We've got the chain. Do you have it by yourself?
Well, actually, I might not have one, so I think I might be
You
tied.
think you're tied. Okay. So you and Dez tied last week. But that's two in a row for you, a little asterisk. You know what I mean? But still, you have the chain, at least partially. So you guys will split. Each week, whoever wins, 250 goes to their cause. So you guys will split. That we'll talk about our causes in a minute. But man, let's go right into it. Let's go into these picks. We have 15 games this week. How many no-brainer games do we have?
We have 11 no-brainers.
Wow, 11 no-brainers, and then we disagree on what, 4?
Yep, 4.
All right, okay, cool. Well, go ahead and take us into these no-brainers, my man.
All right, so the first no-brainer is the New England Patriots going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers were 6-point favorites, and we all picked the Steelers.
Yeah, we all picked the Steelers, and this is what, Friday, December 8th.
Yes,
Time
this game
recording.
already happened, and we lost that one.
Yeah, we lost that. So we lost our first no-brainer pick. Now, you know what? I don't know. I think I was trying to convince you guys that the Patriots are going to win. Do you seem to remember that?
I don't remember that. I don't remember you mentioning
You
anything about
don't remember that? I seem to remember I was really
how
fighting hard for that.
Patriots are going to score like 0 and like,
Really?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's okay. We got one wrong. Let's move on to the next one. What's the second one?
Yep. All right, next one. They got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
all
going
right.
to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
All right.
The Falcons are 2.5-point favorites,
Okay.
and we all have the Falcons winning this home game.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's the next one?
All right, next one is the Detroit Lions going to Chicago to play the Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Where the Lions are 3.5-point favorites in the road.
Yeah.
And that's who we got here.
All right.
I got the Lions.
That's definitely a no-brainer.
Definitely. And then
All right.
next no-brainer is the Indianapolis Colts playing the Bengals in Cincinnati, where Indianapolis is a 1-point favorite.
Mhm.
So we all still have the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think they showed last week that they're a good team. They can match up with good teams because they have a talented roster, even without Jordan.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then the next no-brainer, the Carolina Panthers going to New Orleans to play the Saints. The Saints are 5-point favorites at home, and we all have the Saints.
Yeah. Panthers let me down last week, man. I thought with that coaching change, they would have a little bit of juice. They played slightly better, but just not enough to win last week. So Panthers, hometown team, continue to slide with their one win.
Considering not to pick them all year.
Yeah, man. All
So
right.
the next no-brainer is the Houston Texans going to New York to play the Jets, where the Texans are 4.5-point favorites, and we all the Texans. Yeah, their explosive offense is going to be too much for the Jets this week.
I'm surprised that's not a bigger favorite.
Yeah, it's probably because the Jets are home. Aaron Rodgers coming back right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the next game is the LA Rams going to Baltimore to play the Ravens, where the Ravens are 7-point favorites.
Yeah.
And we all have the Ravens.
Yeah.
It's a really tough place to play. Bad teams usually get blown out there, so it's going to be tough.
It's my Super Bowl pick, y'all.
You might be right on that. And the next game, next no-brainer, is the Seattle Seahawks going to San Francisco to play the Niners, where the Niners are 11-point favorite, or they're 10.5-point favorites, actually.
Wow.
And we all have the Niners. I don't know if there's an injury for the Seahawks or something, but yeah, I think they should win this game, but maybe not by that much.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to cover. They're not covering that spread. That's way too high.
Next no-brainer is the Denver Broncos going to LA to play the Chargers, where the Chargers are 3-point favorites. And we all have the underdog here. We all have Denver.
Yeah.
In this game.
Yeah, I don't see how the Chargers are the favorite.
I mean, I can see it. Well, I really can't, because their home games really aren't home games.
Right.
And they've just been a total disappointment all year.
Yeah.
So, Denver is a good pick here.
All right.
And then next no-brainer is the Tennessee Titans going to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 13-point favorites. And we all have the Dolphins here. I have a feeling they'll cover. They will cover because the Titans are showing they're not a good team.
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins really beat up bad teams. So
that's crazy. Man, interested to know what if Dez, because Dez has been calling Miami correctly the last few weeks with the spreads and whatnot. So I wonder what he thinks about this one. Yeah.
And the last no-brainer is the Green Bay Packers going to New York to play the Giants, where the Packers are 6.5-point favorites, and we all have the Packers.
Been missing on the Packers the last 2 weeks. Not missing on them this week. It shocked everybody Thanksgiving. I really wanted to pick them last week, but I had a couple other crazy games, so I didn't add that to the list, and that's the one I should have gone with. So kicking myself. So yeah, definitely on the Packers this week and kind of throughout the season. I think they turned it around.
Might get Aaron Jones back.
Yeah.
See if Christian Watson's healthy. That's a big piece.
Yeah, that's big. All right, cool. So those are the 11 games that we agree on, our no-brainer games. So I'm sure we'll get 10 out of 11 right on that this week. Not a bad percentage, plus 90. So you can take those to the bank. All right, so we got a couple of shout-outs before we get to these money games. The money games that determine the chain. I got to get the chain back. You've had it the last few weeks. Des has a share of it. I got to get it back and raise money for my causes. But let's talk about the causes that we're playing for and give a couple quick shout outs. So who you playing for, my man?
I'm playing for the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission.
All right, you playing for the Winston-Salem Rescue Mission. You've already raised at least $1,000 for them, so doing quite well on your side. I've been playing for various causes throughout North Carolina, various schools within North Carolina for the most part. I've been playing for, I'm playing for this week a new scholarship that's been established by Felicia Tittle. She is establishing a scholarship at Winston-Salem State University in tribute to her mom and aunt. So I'm playing for you. And Desmond Clark is playing for the United Way of Central Florida. United Way of Central Florida, he's raised definitely, I think he's raised about $1,500 at least so far, probably more, because $250 each week goes there, and he's been doing quite well and has been leading us in the overall standing. So with the overall, Dez is in first, you are in second, I am in third. So I don't think we covered that at the beginning. So that's the order. Dez is number one, you're second, I'm third. We'll show at the bottom what the exact numbers are, but I think you're like maybe 4 games back at the most. I'm quite far. I think I'm like 8. So I've taken some big risks. I've fallen back. I was trying to get back into it. And when you take those big risks, you're either going to catch up or fall further back. I've fallen back, but I am not out of it. I am not out of it by any stretch. All I got to do is get a game or 2 on you guys a week. I'm taking little steps each week, and I'm going to chase y'all down like LeBron and like Metcalf I've got this. I'm not concerned at all, especially when you see my picks this week. You will know that's the case. I'm going to get the chain this week. I think we all know that. Big shout out to our guys, Whole Shots, Johnny O and Cinema J, all things motocross. They are killing it. Man, they are just on like their 3rd episode coming out, and they're getting tons of views. So if you're into motocross, check out Cinema J and Johnny O with Whole Shots. Also, shout out to the Duffers Review. They are a golf review show where they review courses, play courses all over the country, review them. They have a weekly show where they talk about all the hot topics. No, they got a real hot topic right now with John Rahm. So we may actually be joining them tonight, probably around 8 p.m. We'll be joining them live as we're driving back from your game at Greensboro Day. So we'll definitely be checking them out. So the big news as far as John Rahm joining the Live Tour. So we got to talk about that. All right. Well, you ready for these chain games, man?
Ready for these chain games.
All right. So let's get into the games that's going to determine what cause gets the funds this week and brings the chain back. So Des is on the island for 1. You're on the island for 1. I'm on the island for 2 as I climb back into it. So I think we're starting with Des's island game.
Yep.
All right. What we got?
All right. So Des's island game. The Jacksonville Jaguars going to Cleveland to play the Browns, and he has the Jaguars in this one.
Ooh, he's got the Jags. All right, so let's start with him. Des, why do you have the Jags going against the Browns on this one? What's up?
Before we even get into this, I just want everybody to recognize me by my new name. My first name is All I Do. All I Do. My middle name is, and my last name is Win. So my entire name is All I Do is Win. All I do is win. Just like I did last week, man. This is just becoming too easy. And what I do notice is that Mr. Derrick Thompson, he's been on a losing streak. We haven't seen him on the winners podium in quite some time now. It's had to be like at least 3-4 weeks since he went on that little 2-week streak of winning. I think I might have tied. No, I didn't tie you. You won 2 weeks in a row, I believe. But we haven't seen you there in a minute, Mr. Derrick Thompson. Where you been? Where you at? And then I see that you posted the picture of Mr. Diego in the car getting all his picks ready. He looked very sharp. Looked very sharp. And I couldn't tell, was he kind of running for office in this pick 'em pro mannerism, or was he writing his eulogy for this week's pick 'em pros? We'll see, I guess. So this week, we don't have a whole lot of things that we got to talk about. We agree on most things, but the things that we don't agree on are these right here. First of all, you guys, I don't know how you don't agree with me on this pick, and you put me on an island, and I'm so happy you guys put me on the island against the Jacksonvilles versus Cleveland. Okay, I told y'all last week that Cleveland was going to lose to the Rams. Who was right? Me. That's who. Me. This guy. Like my son said, I'm that guy. And I'm that guy with the pick 'em pros. But anyway, getting back to Jacksonville, one of the best teams in the league right now. One of the best teams. I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, Trevor Lawrence may not play this, that, and the other. But I believe this team is still good because the Browns, they don't have their starting quarterback either. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they have a really good defense. I know the Browns may be a little better. But overall, this Jacksonville Jaguars team is a team that is primed to go on a deep playoff run. I just don't believe in the Browns. Give me Jacksonville.
Ooh, all right, so that's Des's take. Going with the Jags. Give us your take, man.
Oh, it's not a bad pick, but with Trevor Lawrence and his high ankle sprain, I doubt he's going to play in this one. And it's a road game in Cleveland. It's a tough environment.
Okay.
And I think they'll have some type of other quarterback playing. So, and their defense is going to be really tough. So it's really tough to win in Cleveland, and you don't have your star quarterback to go in there with.
Yeah. It's tough to play in Cleveland. Cleveland's defense is legit. I think Trevor Lawrence is actually going to play. I think he's going to give it a go. They said his injury does not require surgery. I hear he actually was at practice. So I think he is going to play, but he clearly will be limited And yeah, I don't think they can beat Cleveland. Cleveland has a lot to play for. Cleveland's hungry. Cleveland's beating some really good teams at home. I think the Browns get that. So Des, appreciate that game, man. Pull that on back. Yeah, definitely gonna take an L on this. I don't know what he's doing with that one.
Yeah.
All right, Des. All right. So what's the next one, man?
Next one's my island game.
Okay.
So the game that decides whether I keep this thing this thing or not, which I've kept for the last couple weeks. So yeah. So my island game anyway is the Minnesota Vikings going to Vegas to play the Raiders, and I have the Vikings in this one. I have the Vikings. Got Josh Dobbs. It's a rebound game. They had a bye week, kind of calm down stuff. Now he's gonna come back ready to go, and go into Vegas and take up, and it's gonna be purple all over. They're gonna be taking over the crowd.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Vikings.
Vikings fans are traveling like that.
Yeah, well, that's how Vegas is. Their home games aren't like all black. It's with their colors. It's like all the other team stuff.
Yeah. True. The visiting team definitely stands out in Vegas. Oh man, I love the new coach. I love the energy they have in Vegas. At home, the home crowd is going to show up. Vegas is going to get this now. I need Minnesota to put up points. Again, killing it in my fantasy leagues. Justin Jefferson is on my team.
Justin Jefferson.
He's back.
Think about Justin.
Yes, Justin Jefferson's back. So I need Justin Jefferson put up some numbers, right? Finish these wins off for me. But I think the Raiders are going to find a way to squeak this win out. The coach has got to get a win. They started off really, really well. They lost their last 1 or 2 against some tough opponents. So this is a winnable game at home that the Raiders desperately need to have. I think they're bringing out all the energy.
Now, Diego is on this island by himself. He has the Vikings. Now, I told you 2 weeks ago when the Bears beat the Vikings that the Vikings are a fraud. And they are a fraud, just like they were last year when they were 13-3. And even with their record being 6-6 this year, they're not as good as their records say that they are. And this magic carpet ride that they've been on with this new quarterback, oh man, the carpet has been snatched from up underneath them, and there's no more magic carpet. It's just, hey, let's play this football. We can't ride this emotional high anymore. And we are seeing who the real Minnesota Vikings are. Saying that, it's not like the Raiders are all that great either. But the Raiders are a team that's on the rise, while the Vikings are a team that's just skating by. Give me the Raiders over the Vikings. Diego, you can have the Vikings. Thank you very much for picking that loser. So I'll be the winner all by myself this week.
Raiders will be smoking cigars with LeBron after this one, because LeBron and I'm sure they'll be probably celebrating the
don't sleep on Halliburton.
The NBA Cup, and they'll be smoking cigars with LeBron. Don't be sleeping on who from the Pacers?
Pacers, Halliburton, dude. I'm losing his mind.
Man. Oh God, that
the Dame time celebration right to Dame.
Yeah, and that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. He gonna regret doing that in the freaking play in the NBA Double Cup.
Yeah, well, they're not making tournament. The playoffs, so
yeah. But okay, just wait till Milwaukee sees Indy. They putting a big target. Indiana, they're putting a big target on their back with this one. So the Bucks are gonna be out to get them. The Celtics gonna be out to get them. Yeah, they're gonna say, okay, all right, little small timers. You guys want to sit here and show out in November and December. When it comes time to play some real basketball, they're going to smack them and show them what's up.
They had nothing to lose, so I mean, there's no problem.
All right, we're going to see. We're going to have to post something on that. All right, okay. So you're on the island with with the Vikings.
Yep.
Vikings.
Yep, Vikings.
Okay. So you definitely will not get the chain this week. Chain is being snatched off your chest. All right. So what's the last? I got 2 island games, right?
Yeah, so your island game is the Bills at the Chiefs.
Yes.
And you have the Bills.
Yes,
so
I do.
Why do you have the Bills?
Of course I have the Bills, because the Chiefs are not as good this year. Okay. Chiefs are slipping.
So are the Bills. So are the Bills. Well, the Bills are even worse.
Good point. I think, man, the Bills, you know what? It's just the Bills are more desperate. The Bills have to win this game. So the Bills are so desperate. The Bills still have an explosive offense. The Chiefs are struggling scoring. So at times, sometimes they're up and down. Let me say that they're up and down. But I think the Bills defense will be able to limit Kansas City, and the Bills are just desperate, man. So they're gonna find a way to pull this out. But hey, let's get Dez's take on this one. Dez, what's your take on the Bills Chiefs, man?
Now we got Derrick. Derrick, he's on the island with the Bills. The Bills over the Chiefs. You know what? And I can see why you picked the Bills, because the Chiefs are struggling a little bit. They are. They really are. I can understand your logic here, and you want to pick an upset here, make a big splash, and say, yeah, man, I picked the Bills when nobody else picked them. But here's the thing. When Andy Reid goes into a little funk like he has over the last couple of weeks, struggling not only to win, but he's losing. Lost a game that I think that he should have, they're a better team than the team that they lost against. When that happens to an Andy Reid team, they always bounce back. And look for the Chiefs to bounce back this week at home in Arrowhead against the Bills. The Bills are so up and down. I just can't trust them. And I know the Chiefs haven't been playing very good of late, but they're a better team, and they will get this game.
All right, that's Dez's take. So Dez and you guys are going with my homeboy and the Chiefs. All right, well, we got one more island game before we get on out of here. We're pulling up to school, so you got a big day here Friday. You got a big game tonight, man. So can't wait to see that. But let's get into this last game before we get on out of here.
All right, so last game is your island game. The Philadelphia Eagles going to Dallas to play the Cowboys, and you have the Eagles on the road.
Yes, I have the Eagles on the road. Man, sun is all up in here. Yeah, I speak fluent Cowboy, right? I speak fluent Cowboy. I speak fluent Jerry Jones. And this is a game, so, little disclaimer, I have the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Okay. The Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. They're just not going to win this game. Again, I'm going by momentum and desperation. Yes, the Cowboys lost a game they probably should have won in Philly last time, so you could say, hey, Cowboys are more desperate. But no, after that beatdown that Philly took last week against the Niners, no, Philly is definitely the more desperate team, and Philly is going to come out, with everything blazing this week and win this game. So I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to come down to a field goal. But I think the Philly definitely, the Eagles find a way to get this guy.
I don't think Philly's as tough as advertised, because the Niners just came and punked them. And when they started like getting kind of in fights and stuff, okay, maybe they're kind of poking the bear a little bit. Yeah. And the Eagles are gonna come and beat them down. But then the Niners just kept on beating them. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think they're that tough. And then Dallas is desperate, trying to win the division. This game could easily impact it.
It's a good take. I think it can go either. What's the line on this one? Do you know?
I don't know for sure.
No, I don't think it's not on there. Check that. Well, we're gonna check the line. But hey, Dez, what's your take on this one, man?
And last, oh my God, Derrick, you went with the Eagles? You're not speaking Cowboy? I thought you was gonna be speaking Cowboy this week, especially after the Eagles just took that spanking like they just took that spanking from San Francisco. I think, I don't know, somebody was on the island for that game. It wasn't me. San Francisco, as you guys know, they're my Super Bowl favorite, and they just showed why they're the Super Bowl favorite. And after you get smacked like you get smacked from like the Eagles got smacked last time, yeah, the ego is going to be a little hurt. And this is the perfect time for the Cowboys to jump on them. I'm not a believer in the Cowboys, so don't get me wrong. But right now is the perfect time for the Cowboys to jump on the Eagles right now when they got a little bit of a hurt ego and Dallas smell blood in the water. And for one big game this year, I think Dallas will step up at home in the Jerry Dome and beat the Eagles. You're on the island all by yourself. This is going to be an easy win for me this week. And then next week, I want y'all to call me by my proper name. I'm going to the government agencies and I'm changing it. Again, my first name is All I Do. All I Do. My middle name is win. Address me properly. All I do is win. Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, so what's the line on this?
Dallas by 3.5 points.
Okay, so Dallas by 3.5 points. All right. So, hey, regardless, man, like I say, you guys are on the wrong side of this. I'm going to get this win. I'm going to get the chain. It's coming back to us, and that's going to be it. How you doing?
Just wanted to say happy holidays.
Oh, happy holidays. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, hey, man, that is it. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for all the love and support. We will see you guys next week as we get into the Week 15 games and we get a little closer to finishing this season off. All right, man. Have a good game tonight. We'll see y'all next time. Until then, pick 'em pros. Later.